What's up, G Show Land, and welcome to another episode of the G Show Podcast. I am G1, and this is the Godzilla Block Party. It's been a minute, but let me tell you something. Today's something special because we don't get these enough. But when we do get them, let me tell you something. It's sometimes pure magic, okay? And we're gonna get to that in a minute. We're gonna have Gam Z1 just go buck wild crazy. He has some shit to say, and I'm giving him the mic. He's gonna say it. So yes. So as you know, let me introduce you to my co-host, my cohort on this episode of the Godzilla Block Party, my brother Gam Z1.
What's up, guys? Long time no talk.
Long time no talk. I think the last time you were on the podcast was our book review for GVK.
Yeah, pretty much. And I still feel the same way about the supplementary material, okay? Let me preface that before we even get into anything, like now that they're expecting the rant.
Yeah, they're expecting it.
I still appreciate the fuck out of the supplementary material.
I hear you. So, I mean, he's going to rant. I'm going to rave. It's going to be Z1 versus G1 today on the G Show.
Oh, here we go.
but before we do that, there's been a couple of things that have dropped. Singular Point came out today. Today is the 24th of June. Singular Point dropped on Netflix America today. Finally. Those of you who did not want to brave reading subtitles have the series on Netflix now. I thought it came out tomorrow. Personally, I thought it came out tomorrow. I got the day off tomorrow, so I'm going to just sit back, relax, and watch it all tomorrow. I've seen it already. I've watched the subtitles. I've watched them. But I really do want to watch, and I don't say this much, I really do want to watch the dub of this just to see if it makes more sense or makes sense in my brain. Because sometimes with any of the, any dialect, if you don't understand the language and you're reading the subtitles, sometimes things might get lost in translation. That's me being very lenient with fan subs. The fan subs I saw, they were pretty damn good. But again, I don't know if it was the story or, again, just getting lost in translation. Some things were fucking out there.
So when it comes to the topic of the watching the subs, do you call this specific monster Salunga or Sorunga?
Okay. Is that the monster that was going after? Oh my God! I just finished watching
the Gabbro looking one.
The Gabbro one, right? Okay, yeah. I call it Gabbro. No, you know what? I think I'm a call
because I know on the subtitles it's Salunga.
Salunga, yeah,
right, with an L.
Yes.
But in the dub, they are going to say Sharunga.
Sharunga. You know what? Considering where that was in the series, without giving anything away, I like Sharunga better because it fits the geography. You know what I mean? It fits the setting. I like it a lot. I do. And then think about it, like Godzilla. I mean, it's just to play with the L's and the R's. So yeah, I'm cool with it. Actually, now that I think about it, Sharunga sounds better than Salunga. It sounds like saliva and tongue. It's like, it's just weird. Just call it Gabbro for crying out fucking loud. But
yeah,
I'm intrigued. You actually marathon the entire thing this morning.
I did this morning. Yes.
And you
started at 8
saw
o'clock
it
in the morning, and I finished at around 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
And you already had watched the subtitle one. You watched them as they came out.
As they came out in Japan, yeah.
So let me ask you. I mean, of course, the quality of animation ain't going to change either way, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of watching it dubbed as opposed to subbed, did you notice anything different? Was there any noticeable differences with it?
There is a few like dubisms where they kind of change the script to make it make sense more for us as an audience rather than the Japanese audience. Does it take away from the overall thing that the story is trying to tell? Thankfully, no, not with this stuff.
Okay. And
and it's voice acted very, very, very well.
Really?
I enjoy the voice acting a lot in this dub.
Okay, so two things you said just now. The first one, let's not beat around the bush. They dumbed it down for American audiences.
Yeah.
Again, some of the fucking shit was just so highbrow. I was like, wow, what does that even mean? Right? Like, I'm just sitting there. So, okay, I'm glad, because that's what I really wanted to watch the dub for. And two, I was absolutely terrified of this dub because of some of the quirky stuff in the anime. The computer, dog, Pero 2. Do they say Pero or Pero?
He is voice. He or she is voice acted very, very well.
Okay.
A female voice actor, just like the Japanese version, but it's very, very nice. The one that I would say is the worst voice acting wise is unfortunately. I don't want to talk about spoilers though.
Okay, so is it a main character? Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly where you're going. A very big main character.
Changes voices mid-show.
Yeah, that I was worried about myself because again, it was one of the and it's
not even like because it still sounds like a child, like the almost flipped. It still sounds like how it is in Japanese. It's just in English. My problem with it is it's too quiet. The sound mixing kind of
okay.
The sound mixing kind of failed on that aspect.
Those were the two voices that I was definitely afraid of, to be perfectly honest with you. Pero 2 and that.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I didn't like the idea of the second one of men talking in riddles suck, but you know what? You'll get it when y'all see the thing. You'll understand who we're talking about. I didn't like the idea of that. Of them doing that in the beginning, but by the end of the show, I fucking loved it. I loved it, and I thought the voice actress nailed it.
It actually almost kind of hit harder in English.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck! I'm gonna binge watch it tonight. Who do we do this podcast for? I don't want to hear you rant. No, okay. No, that's good. Something to look forward to tomorrow. I can't wait. All right. So, yes, Singular Point right now. It's on Netflix. Go give it a watch. I will say this, if I'm not mistaken, is episode 10. That has, in my personal opinion, one of the greatest Godzilla moments of all fucking time. I said this on the last podcast.
Okay. One more thing I want to preface, though, for everyone listening. Is do not watch reviews by people who clearly aren't Godzilla fans.
I agree.
Like they're complaining on these two reviews that I've seen from like guys who just review like Netflix stuff that comes out on Netflix. Oh my goodness. It was basically what I'm going to complain about Godzilla vs. Kong being the opposite about. They were doing the obvious, Godzilla's not in it enough. It's called Godzilla Singular Point. Where's Godzilla? And it's too talky, too much humans.
Oh, you see, that's... I'm going to say this right off the bat. I think this show was better than the 3 animated movies that Netflix previously put out.
I do as well, even though I've drastically changed my opinion on them recently.
Of course you did. The way you drastically changed your opinion on GBK, and we're going to get into that in 1 second. You're just you know what? You're just a flip-flop. You're just footwear, bro. And you're summer footwear. You're flip-flops.
I'm summer footwear. I'm a flip-floppy little summer runner, yeah.
But, listen, if you're a Godzilla fan, you have to watch Singular Point. And don't listen to those reviews. I agree with Gams 100%. That it's episode 10, right? It has to be episode 10 because I made a mental note. The ending of episode 10 completely fucking blew my brain out. It was just such a dope ass moment when we get to reviewing this shit and we get to that fucking episode. Everything. I mean, from the fucking animation to the music, to the music. The music was
yes.
nuts. I was like, oh.
I want this soundtrack so bad.
Bro, couldn't agree with you more. Like, this soundtrack is fucking dope. I fucking love it. One of my favorite things about this show, too, is pretty much the monsters that you know, that's been around, the Godzilla mythos for forever. All the classic roles are there, and that really, really, really made me feel good. Like Rodan.
Oh, yes. And, like, certain other kaiju, they have the roars of both the kaiju that they're inspired from mixed in together. It's like, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's a fucking romp. I can't wait. I can't wait to rewatch that shit. That's another reason why I didn't go take a trip with my family. I was like, nah. What do you mean there's not going to be a TV up there? I'm not watching this shit on my phone or my tablet. Hell no. I'm going to watch this shit on my TV. But I digress. Before we get into your rant, story time. It's not really that big of an issue, but I feel like I have to say this because you know what? I was going through it. And this story is about patience. Okay, people? Patience is really a virtue. So, a week ago, as y'all all know, Godzilla vs. Kong dropped on home video, not home video, oh my God, on DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K. Why couldn't I just say that? I don't know. Oh, Jesus. So, physical media, that's where I was going. So a week ago,
physical media, yeah.
Yes, came out on physical media. Now, I as soon as it came out on VOD, I bought it right away. I had pre-ordered it the night before. It was ready to go. I didn't give a fuck. I love that movie. But, and I've never done this before. Well, maybe once. But this particular instance, for this particular movie, the Best Buy Steelbook exclusive had my undivided attention. I fucking loved this box. I just loved it. This was because, yeah, go ahead, show it off, Gam Gam. Gam showing it off right now.
I got mine from Amazon UK because I didn't want to drive 100 miles just to pick up the Steelbook. I'm too lazy. I'm having it shipped to me.
Okay, so yep, that's pretty much where this story is gonna go. But it takes a detour along the way. So it comes out last week on the 15th, and I go automatically to BestBuy.com to order it. To call the store and say, yo, hold it, I'm coming right after work, I'll be there, I'm picking my copy up. Well, to my dismay, it says, currently not in stock, and it's not in stock anywhere within 250 miles of my location. What? What the fuck does that mean? Okay, then fuck it. I go down to deliver. This item is currently unavailable for delivery. What? So
yeah. Best Buy when it comes to their at least their Steelbooks, I guess at first they are not available to ship.
Well, I didn't know. I was so fucking mad. I was so mad. So I'm like, okay, breathe. Don't go crazy. I told the wife, don't buy it. Don't buy it. I'm gonna get it myself. I'm gonna get the one I want. I'm gonna get it. So I go on Amazon, because why the fuck not, right? That's what you do. You go to Amazon for a Best Buy exclusive, right?
Yeah.
I seen it up there for $75. I was like, what the fuck? Hell no. So now I start worrying. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Like, did it only release in a certain region? What the fuck? Going through Facebook, some of the fan sites, people are posting pictures. I'm throwing up. I'm sick. I'm like, fuck, hell. The page I run, I posted the fucking thing. I'm like, I went on. I tried to get it. It's not available. This, that, and third. The comments started flowing in. People were showing it. I was like, you know what, fuck. And I was so tempted. I was like, all right, listen. Any of y'all live in the States? Listen, I will pay for shipping. Just please run to, if you have it, and run to your Best Buy, pick me up a copy. Just ship it to me. I was that close. Nothing the whole fucking week. Nothing. Sunday comes rolling around. I get up. I look that shit up, man. And I say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm about to spend $80 on this fucking movie. I'm gonna do it. I don't give a shit. I'm spending 80 fucking bucks on this movie. I love it that much. And again, Crazy Ray, I own it on VOD already. Like, it's gonna be on HBO Max in a month again. You know what I'm saying? It's like, But no, I'm like, nah, I want this particular copy. I want this Steelbook. I want this box art. This is what I want. And I'm going to spend $80 fucking for it. I don't pull the trigger on it. And then Tuesday, I was like, no. I woke up. I was like, you know what? No, I'm pulling the trigger. It's going down. So I go on the phone, bestbuy.com, just to, make sure, click on it. This shit say currently unavailable 50 miles from you. What? 50? Wait a minute. I can do 50. I can do 50. Fuck that. What? The shit was like in San Bernardino, California. It was like 190 miles away. I was like, I don't care. The shit said 2 left in stock. I was like, oh shit, I gotta work. I gotta go to work. I'm like, okay, so what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna call them when the store opens up. And I'm going to ask them, hey, is it possible for you to hold this shit for me? And then Friday, I'll drive up there and pick it up. Because I got to work until Friday. I'm telling you, I was trying anything and everything so I could get this thing. So I was like, all right, store don't open up till 10. I got to go to work. I'm at work. It was like 12:15. I said, oh, I got to call the store. Oh, shit. I go on the fucking website to call the store. I go on Best Buy. Go to call the store. But then all of a sudden, right below, it said, item available for delivery. Man, motherfucker. When I tell you I squealed like a little girl, I work in a fucking high school. I'm working summer school right now. I squealed like a fucking, you wouldn't believe, bro. I was excited. I was happy. My fingers were shaking. I couldn't get my damn information in the phone fast enough. Please send this shit to me. They said it will be here on Thursday. I said, yeah. My family's leaving on Thursday. Singular Point don't come out till Friday. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna just watch it. I'm gonna watch the VOD version. I'm just gonna hold it like a little child on my lap, and it's gonna watch it with me. That's what I was gonna do.
That's literally what you're supposed to do too.
Yeah. See, that's what we gotta do. But I'm still waiting. Right now, it's gonna be 7:00 p.m. It hasn't gotten here yet. I'm a little disappointed. I can't lie. I looked at the number, the item number, the tracking, all that shit, and the service that's supposedly delivering it to me. Yeah, I know that service. It's not good. It's not a good service. So I'm kind of upset by that. I'm like, shit, why couldn't it just come FedEx like normal shit does? UPS, I'm just saying. Fuck it, throw it in an Amazon truck. I'm just saying. Fuck, so, yeah. I'm waiting for it. I'm a little disappointed. But hey, you know what I got yesterday? I got the Godzilla and Kong legendary comic book duology, where it has the Birth of Kong?
That came out the other day.
Yeah, so I got that. I was like, that's a big boy too. I was like, good lord, that's a hefty book. It's a decent price for this amount of pages. So happy. I'm very happy with that. And even though I've read both comics, just to own it. Wait, hang on a second. Let me go check my door real quick. I thought I heard something. Maybe it's my movie. Who knows? Let me check. Hang on. As I go, no, it's just my neighbor. It's just my neighbor. All right, well, that's my story. It's supposed to be here today. Still not here. I mean, I have no legit problem. I'll wait till tomorrow. But if it's not here by tomorrow, boy, I'm gonna be making some phone calls. Like Best Buy, where's my movie? Better not. Don't hold it hostage. Yeah, I'm so jealous you have it, man. It's.
And literally, it's only just going to be sitting on the collection shelf because it's. I mean, it says it's region free, but I haven't tested it yet. But I already own the digital version. I didn't get the digital version day one that it came out. I didn't. But when I felt like buying it digitally, so that I could have all the special features via Vudu, early, so I could watch those. Then I just finally decided to buy it off of YouTube. Because through Movies Anywhere, I can have it on multiple streaming platforms.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know that. I bought it off of YouTube. What?
Yeah, I bought it off of YouTube so I can watch it on Vudu.
Oh man. So Okay, so I had no idea you could do that, but
Yeah.
I'm an Amazon guy. Speaking of Amazon, just a real quick thing. I'm pretty sure you know this because you're Gam Z1. Ladies and gentlemen, every single Gamera movie from the 56 original
Yep.
to...
And it's the Arrow video versions.
And it's the Arrow video versions, right? All the way to Gamera the Brave. It's all on Amazon Prime. It's all streaming for free on Amazon Prime. Bro, and you know I own the fucking thing. I bought that shit, and I absolutely is my favorite purchase in the past 2 years. Besides the Steelbook.
Oh, yeah.
Besides the Steelbook. But to have that shit at my beck and call without having to get up and change discs, oh, give it to me all day, baby. Give it to me. Listen, like my favorite Russian.
My patience has paid off.
Yes.
I had a feeling that this would happen, and it finally did.
Now the only thing is you don't get all the cool special features. There are tons of special features in those discs.
Yeah, I'm still planning on buying not the single box because that's too expensive now on the aftermarket, but the two separate box sets, one of Showa, one of Heisei.
Yeah.
Where if you combine them together, it looks like one Gamera kind of cut in half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still planning on getting those because those are still in stock on Amazon.
And I mean, all in all, while it does come with all the bells and whistles as the collector's set, it's a great purchase. The quality is dope. I mean, I
will say that the original Gamera, like 1965, is a lot darker than I remember it being.
No,
if that's the case.
On Amazon it is because I noticed that myself. What I used to do is I used to watch that movie all the time to go to sleep. I would put it on, and I would just nod out to it. And that was before the Arrow Blu-ray. I had they came out with a Blu-ray set prior. It was just the Showa series because I already had the Heisei series. So
yeah, that was by Mill Creek.
Yes, and the Mill Creek version was really good. I mean, really good. I mean, it's crisp. So I noticed that, like right off the bat on the stream, I'm like, okay. There's a tint. And it's not bad at all. But if you know, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, I totally get what you're saying because I picked up on that also. But outside of that, I mean, like I'm pretty much closing my eyes and just listening to the damn thing. The Devil's Bird. I love it so much. I love it. I love it. But all right. Speaking of loving, let's get into the part of the podcast where what really counts here, where I hand the mic over to you. I crack another Sapporo premium beer from Japan. Actually, it's from Smith's, but you know what I'm saying. Because I got the premium stuff. I got the good Japanese stuff because I felt like if I'm gonna have to listen to you rant and rave about something you love, then I'm gonna have to make sure that this buzz gets going faster than usual. So, without further ado, the floor is yours.
All right. So, back when the physical versions, came out, and you got access to one particular bonus feature that's not on the digital versions bonus features with like Hulu, not Hulu, Voodoo and stuff. The director's commentary. It was revealed to a lot of us that, a lot of other fans like to say, oh, well, no shit, he's just telling us the obvious, he's just telling the truth, what's the big deal? This is the big deal, okay? Adam Wingard literally admitted that he did not give two shakes of a tail feather to the actual plot and the actual characterization, Max Borenstein's script. He didn't care. He just wanted Monkey to punch the lizard really good and get from point A, monster battle, to point B, monster battle, as quickly and efficiently as possible. Even logic itself be damned. That upset me greatly. Okay, because, yeah, I get it. These are monster movies. Okay? These are movies where a monkey punches a lizard in the face. Yes. I get that. But they're also movies, okay? And movies are supposed to be, at least from what I was understanding, movies are supposed to make sense. They're supposed to be flowing. They're supposed to have at least something of semblance of a plot. Fucking WWE has the better plot than this movie.
That's not true at this moment.
Okay. Maybe in your opinion. But just you know, getting my personal feelings out there. Like, it's just the way that I look at this franchise, you know, that started with the original Godzilla. Looking at this as a Godzilla fan more than as a Kong fan, Godzilla 1954 was this very serious movie. And sure, there are goofy bits of movies here and there. You got your Godzilla vs. Megalons. But it's all about... It's never been about the fight scenes. Like, look at Mothra vs. Godzilla. Like, that was about greedy businessmen stealing Mothra's egg. And you got the... Not here to review Mothra vs. Godzilla, but, like, God, let me just get into it. This movie is stupid. This movie is stupid, and I hate the fact that it's stupid, okay? Because apparently all anybody ever cares about in this franchise is the fight scenes. And I think that's ignorant as hell. I have touted that Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah is the worst written movie in the entire franchise and my least liked film in the entire franchise for years now. And I said that this movie was good when it's on par, writing-wise. Who brainwashed me into thinking it was probably that fourth viewing with my friend. My first initial viewing where I didn't like it too much, that was actually the correct one. Like, oh my God, what was I thinking with watching it with normies who only care about this shit? Like, I get it, Monkey Punch Lizard good, but when that's a very small part of the overall movie, then why can't I just watch clips on YouTube at that point? Like, that's all this movie's good for. Is clips on YouTube. And that's a problem when I can watch most of the other movies, especially when they're the more serious ones, like the original Gojira, Shin Godzilla, fucking the anime trilogy, even, like, they take the human plot seriously, and they put themes in there, and they want you to think a little bit, you know? And not just turn your fucking brain off and just watch a lizard punch a monkey for fucking not even 2 hours. Like, I don't like those kinds of movies where they're just there to set up a fight and be nothing but that fight. And I categorize very few movies in the franchise like that, but I don't like any of them. Like Godzilla Raids Again. I was just churned out in 6 months just to have a sequel to Godzilla. Oh, let's set up this fight with this ankylosaur monster and just fucking maybe have like little references. Oh, let's put Dr. Yamani in there. Why not? Fucking no. I don't care for those movies. I've never cared for those movies. One of my favorite movies is Invasion of Astro Monster. You want to know how much monster scenes is Invasion of Astro Monster? I love that movie from beginning to end because of the controller of Planet X, because of the entire Zillion plot line in general. Like, it's It's such a good sci-fi movie. You could cut King Ghidorah and Godzilla and Rodan out of that whole fucking movie, and it'd still be an enjoyable sci-fi movie, alien invasion movie. All right?
I agree.
Like, this movie's stupid. Okay? It knows it's stupid, and I'm glad about that. I put this above 98 because at least the monster scenes are fucking cool. I will admit that. The monster scenes are fucking great in this, all right? Monkey punch lizard, real good. Lizard punch monkey back, real good as well, all right? I will not argue that. Monster scenes are good. Just everything around that. You know, how I just said you can cut the monster scenes, and that's an enjoyable sci-fi thing. I can cut the human scenes out, and that's all I need to watch. That's all I need to watch. And I spent money on this. Money twice. So I have the right to call everything around those monster scenes garbage. And I want to demand more. And I do not want to see Adam Wingard ever touch this franchise again, except for the monster scenes. Let him be the special effects director and put an actual director in the director's chair for the human bits. How about that, Godzilla fandom? I miss Doherty real bad. Because at least he gave a little bit of a shit.
No, he didn't.
He really did, though.
No, he did not. No, he did not.
King of the Monsters is such a good movie.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
What?
It's totally not. But that's okay. Again.
I wish I had some backup today.
You can have all the backup you want. I'd give you backup on top of backup, and I'd be in my grave and still say and win. But I digress. Go ahead if you have more to say. I am enjoying this as I make my Robert De Niro faces like,
Yeah, I've been seeing you, Robert. It's just basically the bottom line here is Adam Wingard opened my eyes, and I will, like I said, he ruined Max Borenstein, the writer of the Monsterverse, is in the same boat as I am because he is offended that all the critics are calling this movie dumb fun. Because his script got butchered. That book that we read, that we reviewed, that was his actual script.
Yeah, but even that it wasn't so different from the movie at all.
But it had a lot more in it. Remember, 3 chapters in, still haven't gotten to the beginning of the movie.
No, I get that. No, okay, absolutely. Okay, all right, go ahead, keep going if you need to. I'll have my rebuttal.
All right. I'm just saying, just getting my point across.
No, yeah.
That I love the prequel comics. I love the context that they add to the movie. They give it the much needed fleshed out lore and stuff that it itself should have, the prequel comics, what's in the book, they should have been in the movie. Why should I have to go to outside sources to make a movie better?
Because we're fans and that's what we do.
Nah. That's like me going to outside sources to make King Ghidorah better. No. I look at the movie as a movie. I do not bring anything outside into my views of a movie.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Anything else you have to add? I mean, go for broke.
That is about it. My views have completely flipped. I do not really enjoy Godzilla vs. Kong as a movie, standing on its own merits. I do not really like it as a follow-up to Godzilla King of the Monsters, a film that is still, to this day, in my top 15.
Top 15? It's probably 15.
I think last time I checked it was 13, but...
Hey, lucky number 13, ain't manager.
But yeah, I only really watch the monster scenes and fast forward through everything else because if the director didn't care, why should I?
Okay, so in that statement, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. But on the flip side of that, I think you are taking what he said way out of context because you act like he did not produce a good movie. He did. He got better acting out of the actors than Doherty did in King of the Monsters. He, who did he kill off in this movie? All right, nobody. Really, nobody got killed off except the guys that needed to die. I'm just saying, right? So that was that. I will give you the book, the chapters in the book that fleshed out Serizawa's son. I will give you that, but at the end of the day, that takes nothing away from my enjoyment of the movie. Because while I'll be perfectly honest with you, I think that is my least favorite character in the movie. Not because they didn't flesh him out, but because I didn't need to see Ren Serizawa hate his father because his father wanted to chase Godzilla more than he wanted to love him. Get the fuck, I don't need that shit. I don't care. This dude could have just been some other dude named Serizawa. There's a million other people with the last name of Rodriguez. There's a million other people, I'm pretty sure, with the last name Seelig. You know what I mean? So yeah. I could totally buy that being some completely different dude that just shared a name, okay? He didn't need to be in the movie. He could have been a completely different Japanese dude. Completely different. So, but I understand where you're coming from in that regard. I personally, that's probably my least favorite thing about the movie, about the book, the script. I didn't care that the son was pissed off because daddy didn't love him like he loved Godzilla. Okay, get out of here. So I'm glad that wasn't in the movie. There was no reason for that to be in the movie. Zero. It made no difference to the end of the movie. Now, what they should have done was focus more on his reluctance to use, I was going to say Mecha King Ghidorah, Mecha King Godzilla. Okay, let's do that. His reluctance to use it. That I liked in the book. That in Bornstein's script should have come across better in film. I agree with that. I'll give that. Because that would have been something cool to see that struggle. Because when he tells the dude, big dude, hey, we don't even know, we didn't test this power yet. And he goes, get in the goddamn chair. Yo, he wasn't playing. He was like, I own you. I own this. You do what I say, right? To see, because you see nothing beforehand where he might be on the fence about using this. In the book, in the story, that was kind of coming across. But again, it didn't even need to be a Serizawa. It could have been any random character input there, right? So that's my only complaint as far as the characters in this movie goes. Everything else, I could care, like nothing bothered me in this movie. The way King of the Monsters bothered me. The way unceremoniously, like fucking Han Solo in The Force Awakens, did they kill Serizawa's partner. Like, I'm telling you, the first time I saw that shit in theaters, I didn't even know she died. I was like, yo, where'd she go? My brother was like, I don't know. I think she died. From where? I'm not even drunk. I'm watching this movie. I'm watching the same thing. Where'd she die? And we watched it twice in a row that day. And the second time, we were eagle-eyed paying attention, like, all right, don't blink. And it was like, literally, blinking, you miss it, she's gone. What? That, to me, is disrespectful, right? Did Serizawa, did you really need Serizawa to sacrifice himself? We need to kill someone else. We gotta up the ante. Remember when Bryan Cranston died in the first one, and then John Goodman died in the second one? Let's kill two people. You know what they should have killed? They should have killed the dickhead making all the corny jokes. Or not even him. They should have killed the guy that made the gonorrhea joke on Ghidorah. You like that though? That's a vastly superior movie? That's bullshit, bro. That's a mockery to the fucking franchise. That's a mockery to Godzilla's #1 nemesis. A fucking complete mockery. Your boy Doherty did that. And he could have said, nah, you know what? We're not doing that. We're not putting that in the script. We're not making that joke. If he cared so fucking much about it, he would have said, nah, we're not doing that. He's the director. What's the studio gonna do? Fire him because they didn't put a fucking gonorrhea joke in the movie? I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? So
Doherty is shit at humor. All right.
No, I don't. No.
But
we're not making an excuse.
Was supposed to be.
Not making an excuse.
Serizawa's death was supposed to be a reflection of his death in '54.
No, I get that. No, I'm not saying that I'm not saying. I didn't say that was disrespectful. I didn't say that was disrespectful.
At least a little bit.
I didn't say that was disrespectful. What I said was disrespectful was the fucking disrespect to the legacy of the kaiju. That was disrespectful. Them shitting on King Ghidorah the way they shitted on King Ghidorah. Look, and you know me, I goof around all the time. And don't get me wrong, it's not even like that big of a goof. I really, truly hate the fact that he did not use Rodan's roar, because that is something that would absolutely boom across the speakers in the theater.
Okay, counterpoint. None of the classic roars should have been used in that movie. That is actually one of my criticisms. That's why it's not even higher on my list.
Why? Whoa.
None of the classic roars should have been used. It's stupid and it's bullshit. Godzilla already had an updated roar from 2014. Use that and that only to keep consistency with the MonsterVerse.
No, I get that. I get that, Christian. I get that.
You didn't use stock roars.
I get that. I'm talking about the Toho Kaiju they brought in. Mothra had her roar.
Anybody. I don't want Rodan's roars. I wanted what he had. I prefer that. I prefer when King Ghidorah, you know that little scene where he does that little Cobra strike and you hear that freaking how you say King Ghidorah roar? I don't want to hear that way you say King Ghidorah roar. I don't want to hear the little bitty but as he lands in Boston. That's too fan servicey. Get that shit out of here.
You're mad at stuff the fans actually like. I'm mad at the shit that doesn't deserve to be in the not doesn't deserve, should never even come across a fucking thought of a director who loves the franchise the way he does, loves these characters. There's no fucking way. If I'm directing that movie and I see that script and I go, wait, y'all calling
if I want to hear those roars, Toho's right there. I'm at 35 films.
I'm not talking about the roars here. And again, if you want to go into roars, I'm pretty sure you are on the very, very, very low end of the spectrum when it comes to that. You know what I mean? You're on that side of the line, and it's probably you and 3 other people. But what I'm talking about is the disrespect. Having the original roars is not a blatant disrespect. But when they're making fun of names that are iconic to this fandom.
He literally said he shit at jokes.
I don't listen. No. I don't listen. Here's the problem. I don't blame Michael Dougherty for the jokes. He did not write the script. Okay, I blame the studio. What I do is Bornstein didn't write that one.
He was a writer.
Okay,
he edited a lot of Bornstein's writing.
So
it was a lot of Dougherty himself that did that.
So again, then that's fine. But what you're trying to say is you're justifying the jokes because he sucks at making jokes. So the movie's still good. It's just, it's not his fault. He just sucks at making jokes. No, that doesn't fly. That does not fly the way Godzilla should not fly in Godzilla vs. Hedorah. I mean, shit. I was deathly afraid in Shin Godzilla for Godzilla spouting fucking laser beam wings and start flying around. I was like, please don't do it. Please don't do it. Thank God he didn't do it. Right? But I digress. This is not about Shin Godzilla. You make a mockery of Godzilla's #1 fucking nemesis by giving it a fucking a sex joke name. Like, I can't believe that. Right? So that's that. The poor jokes in the movie in of itself, like it was Michael Bay-esque. Then when I get to Godzilla vs. Kong, you're talking about they cut so much out, they didn't do this. You know what I think they did? And this is what I was saying from before pandemic, then during pandemic, when they were talking about reshoots, they absolutely saw the negative reaction to King of the Monsters and was like, we need to change shit up. Well, what did they like? They liked the monsters. Okay, don't change nothing there. Obviously, it's a fucking monster movie, right? What didn't they like? The characters. The story is like one of the worst. Like, I like the Orca story. I really do. You know why I like the Orca story? Because Dark Horse Comics, way back when, did a Godzilla comic book, and they did the whole thing with a lore. You know what I mean? They made, just like in Godzilla 1984-85, Return to Godzilla in 1985, they used the lore to take Godzilla to another place. They couldn't kill him, so let's move him. I like that. That's what the Orca was. So I had no problem with that. And for me personally, as a Godzilla fan, I'm like, oh, they're taking things out of certain things. The book, Godzilla Returns, Random House, right when 98 came out. So what was that? Let's say 1997. did the same thing. It was a fucking lore that took Godzilla to the deepest part of the Mariana Trench or some shit. I'm okay with that. So I like the idea of the orca, right? I dug it. Fine, dope, cool. It's a good plot point. You know what I didn't like? Again, the really bad jokes. It was terrible. It was fucking terrible. I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is bad. It was Michael Bay's Transformers 1. It was like a dog pissing on Optimus Prime's leg. In what fucking world does anybody find that funny if you're a fucking fan? None. Zero. You sit there and you chuckle because you're embarrassed. You know what Godzilla vs. Kong didn't have? Any of those types of jokes. It didn't have any of those types of jokes. I appreciate that. I really did appreciate that. I was like, thank God. They took the corny shit and they got rid of it. Thank God. But you're sitting here and you're saying you could take all of the human shit out and it'd be a better movie. Let me tell you something. I'm going to be dead ass with you. That little girl was the best thing. She was the best thing since Bryan fucking Cranston. That little girl was the best thing since Bryan Cranston. Her communicating with Kong was so fucking dope. And her emotions. This girl is deaf in real life. She's what, 7 years old? 8 years old in real life? However old she is? And the fucking emotions she conveyed in this one movie was better than anything my main man Ford Brody did in Godzilla 2014. Was better than anything in fucking King of the Monsters. Outside of maybe Vera Farmiga, because I like her a lot. You know what I mean? I think she's a good actress. But dude, this little fucking girl, this tiny little deaf girl, had more emotion and more of a connection to these monsters than anybody else did in this entire fucking legendary franchise. In the entire franchise. Well, you're going to sit here and you're going to say, because Adam Wingard said, well, I didn't really care. I just wanted to get from monster fight to monster fight, that you hate the movie now. You're negating all that shit? Come on, man. You're better than that, and you know it.
Listen. She was the only good character. What about her mom? She was nothing.
I liked her.
What about the dude the fucking Alexander Skarsgård character? He's fucking nothing.
And in that regard, I agree with you. Where the Borenstein script should have been in.
He fought with the fucking conspiracy theorists. We're gonna fucking start glorifying conspiracy theorists.
It makes sense. You know why it made sense in the realm of that? No, it didn't.
Do not glorify those fucking nut jobs.
No, see, now you're taking it to another level. You're trying to base it in a reality setting as opposed to a setting where there's a reality where there's giant monsters running amok. If there's giant monsters running amok, there's going to be a million conspiracy theorists. Where do they come from? Perfect example. King Ghidorah is not from this planet. Where did it come from? People are going to say, no, it's terrestrial. And others are going to say, in what fucking world do you live in that there's a three-headed fucking lightning-spitting flying dragon coming from this earth? And they even acknowledge it in that movie, which is, okay, that's a check for King of the Monsters. Given King Ghidorah its alien origins. Check, right? So, a conspiracy theorist in this world makes absolute sense, especially to have a fucking podcast. What are we doing right now? We're podcasting.
It makes sense, yes.
Absolute sense.
But still, the movie is also an influence on our own reality, and glorifying those fucking nut jobs in our reality.
No, see, but I disagree with that because I think you're wanting to project that image. That's not what this is about, though. You know what I mean? That is totally not what this is about.
And
I'll put it like this.
Even then, he only got a couple of chuckles out of me.
That's fine.
And Mark's character is completely wasted.
Whose character?
He had an actual arc in fucking King of the Monsters, and fucking he's nothing in this.
I agree. Listen, I agree with that. But it does not make it a bad movie when it comes to the human drama. Because at the same flip of the coin, the same side of the token, I mean, Homegirl got eaten like that. She played a pivotal role in 2014 as Serizawa's sidekick. She was playing a pivotal role, and then she was not. Just like that. Just like that. Look, when John Goodman got eaten in Kong Skull Island, right? I can't lie. I didn't like it. But you know what? It actually made sense. It was like, well, somebody had to go. Let's give it to the I would say, not the best actor in the ensemble, but probably the best actor in the ensemble. You know what I mean? Probably. And his character, it's not that he deserved to die, but he got what he wanted, then he got what he wanted, and then Karma got it back, and took it back, and ate him, right? This girl went out like a fucking chump. She shouldn't have. It was disrespectful to her character. You know what? You know what it reminds me of? And I hate to compare the two because they are completely different things, but yet they are two of my favorite franchises of all time, Godzilla and Star Wars. It reminds me of Star Wars, The Force Awakens. You know what? The other day I had an epiphany. I said, oh my God, I really don't like The Force Awakens anymore. I love that movie. I can't lie. Han Solo dying killed me. There was a couple of cringe moments, but overall, I didn't hate the movie. And then I had an epiphany. And I said to myself, and this was because of Father's Day. So on Father's Day, I wound up doing Star Wars Episode 3, Star Wars Episode 6, and Star Wars Episode 9. I did the third part of each chapter, right? After watching Return of the Jedi, which is my favorite Star Wars movie of them all, and that's not saying it's the best one. I understand that Empire Strikes Back is that movie. But on my level, for me, Return of the Jedi is everything. It's my favorite, right? The way I understand that Godzilla 54 is end-all be-all, right? But Godzilla 85 is my favorite fucking Godzilla movie. You know what I mean? I'm sitting here and I'm like, wait a minute. So, Luke Skywalker did the hero's journey, right? Had to fight his own fucking father, and redeemed his fucking father. His father redeemed himself. Threw the twisted and evil Palpatine down the fucking shaft. The Death Star explodes. Everybody wins. The Empire's no more. And then what, 30 years later, they couldn't keep it together? There's a brand new Empire? Fucking Luke Skywalker's a fucking hermit, ran away from his fucking problems. What's going on here? I hated it. It hit me like a fucking epiphany. It hit me, bam. That they disrespected these characters like that. That's how I felt with King of the Monsters. Is they disrespected at least that girl. I don't think Serizawa got disrespected, and his death was very poignant. And, fuck, outside of Kong submitting to Godzilla, my favorite moment in that movie, my favorite moment, I think, in the Monsterverse, is when Godzilla comes up out of the water after Serizawa sacrifices himself, and they play the Requiem from Godzilla vs. Destroyer. Because that's it. That's the Requiem right there. When Godzilla melts down, it's right there. If you're a Godzilla fan, you can't tell me I'm lying. All you gotta do is listen to both tracks. It's the same fucking thing. And I tell you, that shit punches me in the chest. Hits me hard. I said, good Lord. That I give Michael Dougherty massive props for. He gets it there. The rest of the movie, I don't really get it. I don't know. Maybe I don't get it. Maybe he's on another level. I don't know. But Godzilla vs. Kong is not as bad as you make it out to be.
Let me just interject here. Mm-hmm. You should probably watch 2014 again. And only pay attention to Vera Farmiga's character.
Wait, she's not in 2014.
Pay attention to just her scenes.
Wait, she's not. She's not in 2014, brother.
Not Vera Farmiga. Sally Hawkins.
Okay. Yes.
Sorry. Only pay attention to Sally Hawkins' character in 2014. Only pay attention to her and nobody else. You'll realize she's fucking nothing either.
No, I get it, but
matter.
No, I get it, but here's what I'm trying to say. Sally Hawkins.
She wasn't integral to fucking anything.
Listen to me. Sally Hawkins, while not a mega star, right? She's not Bryan Cranston.
There's no disrespect because she didn't have a character.
No, there is disrespect, though, because she basically narrates the whole fucking sequence after Bryan Cranston dies. She pretty much narrates the whole sequence telling Ford Brody what the deal is. She gives
that's exposition. That's not character.
She gives the audience what they want, but the fact is that she does it with such... She does it with such gravitas. She doesn't just monotone and she doesn't just talk like she's reading off of one of the. She doesn't talk like that. It's not like she's reading the script. She's in it. She's in there, dude. In King of the Monsters, really nobody is in it. None of them. None of them. None of them. And look at it. Like honestly, like Kyle Chandler. Man, listen. I'll be honest with you. Yes, but at the same time, no. You know who to me was better than Kyle Chandler in that movie? The leader of the fucking G Squad. Homegirl with the bald head. She was like the best character in the entire movie after Sarazawa. After Sarazawa. You know, Millie Bobby Brown, I can't knock her. She was a kid. She did a thing. She did the same thing in Skull Island. To me, I mean, not Skull Island, GBK. To me, she was across the board. She does what she does. She's what, 11? She's 11 from Stranger Things. The kid from Deadpool 2, you know, me and Chase was, I was worried. Shit, I was like, this kid's humor in Deadpool just, it made me sick. I didn't like him at all. I don't even own Deadpool 2 because I didn't like him.
I didn't really like him in this either.
And you know what? He didn't annoy me the way I thought he was. Perfect example. I'm going to compare it to another movie. The all-female Ghostbusters movie. I know that movie gets a lot of shit. You know what? I was giving it shit to myself. I'm not going to lie. I was like, what is this? Why can't we just do another Ghostbusters? I get that Harold Ramis is dead, but come on, man. Come on. They're not seeing the movie. But I will say, I hate Melissa McCarthy. I don't like her. I shouldn't say hate, but I really don't like her, right? Like, I don't find her funny at all. She could be a wonderful human being, and I will respect that. I don't like her. So when she was cast, I was like, oh, God, no. Then I saw the movie, and I was like, oh, okay. She did not disappoint me. She did not make me angry. Not one time. Not one time. Some of the things were goofy, but you know what? She played that role perfectly, and I was like, I could totally buy. I bought into it. Same thing here. I was like, I don't like this kid. But his role was so small and insignificant, it didn't even bother me. It didn't bother me at all. And some of his things, little zingers, again, non-offensive. And I think that's the key to this movie. It was very non-offensive. They played it safe, no doubt. They played it safe. But at the same time, they delivered because, and I know, you said it yourself, all I need to see is the monster fights. Yeah, the monster fights deserve an Academy Award. Not the monster fights, but the special effects, I should say. Deserve an Academy Award for the best special effects. Because nothing came out in 2021, as of yet, that's going to be better than this, right? Like, you can't take Black Widow, it's an action movie. You got to wait till the Eternals? You know? Spider-Man? No. This is special effects. This is the movie to beat. And I don't see nothing beating this movie, right? Am I lying in terms of special effects?
No, you ain't lying.
Right.
We're not lying.
That's another thing. When you look at, with the exception of Skull Island, when you look at 2014 and you look at King of the Monsters, you couldn't see that shit. You could not see that shit. And then what does Wingard do? He goes, yeah, they were shot at night. One was in a fucking, the fog of war, if we will, 2014. All the buildings and the concrete and the dust. It's very, very hard to see the monsters because they're covered up by all this shit. Michael Dougherty, the rain is coming down, the snow is coming down, there's water in the way. The only good monster sequence in King of the Monsters where you could actually see it was fucking Rodan, and he ruined it by not giving him the roar. I'm just saying. I'm not making this up. You can go see it for yourself. Everything else is obscured by weather. Right? Adam Wingard said, okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do a day shot with water, then we're going to do a night shot. We're going to fucking run the gamut here. And you saw every fucking thing move fluid. This dude did not care about this movie. This dude absolutely cared about this movie.
He cared about one part.
Getting from monster fight to monster fight? Doesn't matter.
Because it's about the monster fights.
But what he got out of the actors and what he got out of a little girl
one character
who could not talk.
One character.
was better than what he got out of the entire cast. And we're talking about a cast of people who ain't no joke. What? Now, again, I'm not going to sit here and say that the movie is without its flaws. There are some flaws. You've already named them. I said I personally didn't care about it being Serizawa or not, because I don't, right? But other story beats that should have been there that would have expanded certain things, absolutely. Kyle Chandler, I thought he was the head of Monarch until he wasn't. And that even wasn't explained in the movie. Like, you sit there scratching your head like, okay, wait, who's in charge here? Is it him? Or is it the guy from John Wick? You know, is it concierge? Who's the head of Monarch here? The book explains that. I'm pretty sure the script explained that. There was that running joke with them. Damn, now I forgot the fucking joke. But it was in the movie. They did it one time, but in the book, they did it twice. Something like that. That would have worked. Again, non-offensive shit. And that's where I'm like, and then they explore the Hollow Earth. I mean, they give you shit that was set up already. They give you shit that was set up. They knocked it down. They knocked it. You set it up, I knock it down. That's where Star Wars failed. That's where Star Wars, the last 3 movies failed. I'm going to set this up. And then they were like, okay, well, I'm going to set that up. No, you're supposed to knock this down. What the fuck are you doing? One track mind, right? Shit that was previously set up was knocked down. I will absolutely complain all day long that I would have liked to see Godzilla putting these monsters to bed instead of getting that, the intro graphics. But then when you read the book, when you read the comics, and then you realize, oh, okay, like you said, the supplemental material. And I agree to an extent with, but why do I need the supplemental material? Because that's what America does. Toho doesn't. Japan don't do that shit. It's not like anime. Here's our Godzilla movie, and there it is. It's done. Just here you go. Here's your one off, right? With the exception of like the Millennium series, where they were doing the fucking cliffhanger endings before Marvel was. Megaguirus did it. The Kiru Saga did it. You know what I'm saying? Like that was before Marvel. So, Toho doesn't do that. But Americans, merchandise. Buy this, buy that, buy that. It's capitalism. They want the money. And we as fans, we're gonna fucking supply the money. We're gonna supply the money. We are. So yeah, I mean, I have no regrets on any of the comic books. Are they good? Nah, some of them suck. That tie-in to the first Godzilla movie is a terrible comic. Aftershock? Not really. So you're telling me that the reason why Godzilla has his normal-looking spines now is because he fell and broke his spines? King Ghidorah dropped that motherfucker from space. Come on, man. And he landed on his back. Come on, man. Michael Dougherty, where the fuck is the continuity there, brother? I don't know. But you know what I do know? Here's Michael Dougherty. We're going to put King Ghidorah in it. We're going to put Rodan in it. We're going to put Mothra in it. We're gonna have an Easter egg of Anguirus's bones. And then we're going to do like motherfucking Fire Godzilla. We're going to do it all. No, you don't need to do that. That's why I was so happy that Destroyer wasn't in Godzilla vs. Kong. I'd take Mechagodzilla every and all day over a fucking Destroyer. All day, every day. And it made sense in terms of the movie. It makes sense. This guy said, we are the apex predator. It makes sense. Humanity first. That's legit. That's fucking legit. If the motherfucker, you talk about conspiracy theories, dude, the biggest conspiracy theory in real life, in real fucking life right now, has always been aliens. And what the fuck are we living through within the past 3 months right now? The motherfuckers are talking about, yeah, okay, look, there's something flying around, we don't know what it is. Before they would deny all that shit. Oh, it's a weather balloon. It's swamp gas. Now it's like, yeah, yo, we don't know what it is. What? So you talk about conspiracy theories, but you're going far right. Don't go far right. Don't go that way. That's not what that's about. They doing them. In terms of the movie, that's nothing to what that was. That's more akin to Aliens Are Real. That's why at the end of the movie, he was like, what about the facility in Roswell? Good God Almighty, did you just plant a fucking thing in my brain? Now I want to know what that is. What's in the Monarch facility in Roswell? What's under there? What's there? It's the Cloverfield monster, right? Like, it's got to be, right? Like, that's where your head goes. So while I love you to death, and I fucking do, and I respect because, yes, if it was a different movie, I'd be you and you'd be me right now. And that movie, as you know, is always going to be Shin Godzilla. It's the only movie that ever gets me so fucking mad that I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack because my blood pressure goes. I never felt like that with any other movie before. And I'm like, my arm, hold up, it's getting tight. Oh shit, calm down. It's so fucking weird, right? But like, I totally respect and get your opinion. I'm just here to once again say, no, dude, that's crazy. That's you can't get mad at what was there because this dude said he didn't care about what was there. He filmed it. And what he did was he got the best fucking takes from these scenes he didn't care about. If he didn't George Lucas it, is what I'm saying. He didn't prequel, trilogy, this movie. And you know what I mean by that. You're a Star Wars guy. You know that. We've done Star Wars podcast.
Yeah.
He didn't settle for the wood. None of these directors did. None of them. None of them did. They did not settle for the wood. So that's where I'm just like, man, Adam Wingard did enough in this movie. Seriously? I mean, dude, everything just fit together. It was like a perfect puzzle that he just put everything in place, down to the fucking music. The music. I mean, I know JR hates the music because it's Tron. I fucking love the music. It was so radically different, yet not far off from what we would hear in some random Godzilla movie. The fucking Kira, the entire Millennium Saga. The music is all sorts of, and it's fucking dope. Final Wars, maybe there's some tracks that's very questionable, but like the Kiru Saga, which I don't even like.
I feel that Godzilla's theme in GBK is just Discount Ibukube.
100%. That's Walmart. Yep. Oh, I agree.
That's Walmart Ibukube.
That's Walmart. But see, that's what I like about it. I really do, because I'm like, it's familiar yet different, right? Matt, my brother G95, he made a really good point. And I was like, and I get his point. I get it. I don't care because I like it. But he was like, my problem with it was they played it every single time Godzilla was there. They never switched it up.
True.
And I'm like,
They never switch it up.
They never switch it up. They never. And I'm like, so? But that's because I actually like the music. You know, I do like it. And you know,
there is a version of Godzilla's theme on YouTube by a user called Star Wars Jimbaro. And it literally just takes every single one of those cues and plays it back to back to back to back to back. Really? And kind of makes it flow together as one singular song. But it's still repetitive as all hell.
Right. Well, you know, like my biggest beef with GVK, the biggest beef I have with that movie was the fact that they didn't have Godzilla's bellow. It was in 2 sequences, and it wasn't 3. I thought it was 3, but that one we thought it was the one where you were like, when she puts a hand on the wall and you hear it, that's not a bellow. That's not the bellow. That's more like him just coming. Like, that sounds so wrong. Him on his way.
Like that one sound when he first enters Hawaii.
Yes. That's exactly the sound. That sound, right before they start shooting at him. That, yep.
Yeah.
The only 2 places they have Godzilla's bellow is in the beginning, when Homeboy sees the eye, and Godzilla's in the background, and he starts blowing everything up, and you hear him bellow. No, actually, right before that, when he blows the fuck. No, it is that part. Anyhow, and then at the very end of the credits, at the very, very, very end of the, dude. I don't let that movie end. I watch that movie from beginning to end, credits, the very end, just so I can hear it one last time.
I will say, I may change my mind yet again.
That's what I love about you, brother.
Because I've only listened to bits and pieces of the commentary. I've never heard it beginning to end.
Ah.
And there's only these specific sections where Wingard would point out things that he didn't care about with the movie.
Right.
Sad. Because I thought that he must have cared a little bit to make it so widely appealing. It is a widely appealing kaiju movie.
Yes, that's true.
It is a very widely appealing kaiju movie. I will not take this movie away from normies. I'm just saying, me as a fan of the more serious Godzilla movies, like Shin Godzilla, I just feel that this movie could have been a little less stupid.
But again, the problem I have with that being said is there really ain't nothing stupid about this movie. When you put it in context, it makes perfect sense. Godzilla is on a rampage. Why? We don't know. He's just on a fucking rampage. Kong is stuck on an enclosed space now because the fucking storm from King Ghidorah and then Kamazots is wreaking havoc on Skull Island. Well, this thing is only getting smaller, and he knows he's in a cage. We gotta move him. But if we move him, Godzilla might sense him. And if Godzilla senses him, Godzilla's gonna kill him. I mean, they know that. Where's the stupid there yet? There's nothing stupid about that. Everything so far is making sense. Everything so far is making sense. Well, we have no choice, but we have to move him. So they move him. Why do we gotta move him? Because we believe there's a power source in the Hollow Earth. What? The who? Oh, the Hollow Earth set up in Godzilla vs. Kong. Oh, in Kong Skull Island. Oh, that was like continued on in King of the Monsters. This plot thread that we've been going through movies with. Oh yeah, that makes sense. It's not the stupid. Where's the stupid yet? I don't find it. Hang on. Kong might have a natural animalistic instinct.
You're talking about the broad story. I'm talking about the specifics. There are stupid characters in this movie. I do not like stupid characters.
They were more stupid in King of the Monsters. And if you don't like
not
stupid...
in my opinion.
But that's crazy because you don't even like bad jokes like that. That's what makes me nuts. Man, you were Transformers fans. And I know for a fact...
You cut the jokes out of the movie and it's still perfectly fine.
Not perfectly fine. You cut the jokes out of the movie and it's a better movie until Rodan comes on screen. And then without the... No.
That's your opinion.
That's my opinion. No, you're right. You're right. I always have to get that in there. I'm sorry. That's my second major beef with that movie. But
without the jokes and King of the Monsters is a wonderful Godzilla movie.
But I will argue that Millie Bobby Brown cancels herself out because she's the same exact character. There's nothing changed outside of her age.
No,
right?
she becomes a blind sheep to a. Okay.
No.
At that point, we're just talking in circles.
But I don't think she does, though, because she has her own... Remember, she's all about Godzilla's not bad. And they're like, Monarch is like, yo, Godzilla's bad. And she's the only one that's like, no, there's something else going on. There's something else going on. And so for her to go and find this podcaster, which is absolutely feasible in this world, right, to be doing this... Especially since it's been, about 10 years since 2014, right? Let's hypothetically say. It's absolutely feasible.
It has been 10 years.
10 years? Yeah. You know what? Let's try to find this guy. Now, the fact that dude just so happened to live in fucking Florida with them, all right, chalk that up to movies, right? That's just storytelling. But the logic and the reason behind what she's trying to do is she's trying to prove Godzilla's innocence. What's stupid about that? Nothing. Nothing. Because we as the audience know Godzilla's not bad. So now we have to follow her journey to prove that, right? That, like, all right, regardless if you like it or not, but that's where we have to follow that journey because Serizawa's dead. Because Serizawa would have been like, Mark, you're wrong. Mark, you're wrong. He's not bad. Something's up. Serizawa would have done that. Fuck, if Bryan Cranston would have been around, Bryan Cranston would have been like, no, hey, listen, not wrong. He's not bad. Something's going on. But these characters, these logical characters have been killed off, so now we have to have Millie Bobby Brown be that voice of reason.
That's the stupid part. Like, why why did Mark not believe it?
Mark doesn't.
Why?
Because you know for a fact he still has a vendetta against Godzilla. Whether or not he says he don't.
He had his arc.
He did
He
have
forgave Godzilla.
Dude, but it doesn't matter. But now all of a sudden Godzilla's attacking people and killing people because people died. Because people died. Oh, I hate Godzilla again. I knew it. I knew it. Now it's all of a sudden, I fucking knew it. I knew it. I fucking knew it. He's always been an asshole. Like he tells him. People change. Monsters change just like people change. He had his mind made up right then and there. Yes, he had his arc. And it goes back to why the fuck did we need Ray Palpatine destroying Emperor Palpatine?
Reversal. That is a negative.
No, right. Why did we need Ray destroying Palpatine if Vader's redemption arc was destroying Palpatine? It negates Vader. And it's stupid. Right?
Yeah, I agree. They're both stupid.
But for him, that's not the case.
No,
he's not defeating anybody. You know what I'm saying? He's just saying, ha, I knew it. You know, Godzilla saved us in Boston. I get it. Godzilla saved
me. That is dumb to me.
How though? But he can't change his mind on Godzilla because he had an arc? Vader had an arc, and then they ruined Vader's arc by having some other character kill the person Vader already killed. That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. This is a guy who hated Godzilla because he killed his son. You're never going to get over that. She tells him as much in King of the Monsters. When she's on the big screen explaining the plan, doing the typical villain thing. Here's the plan. She tells him as much. She blows him the fuck up. That's another great part in that movie. And that movie's full of good parts. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate that movie. I do not hate King of the Monsters. There's some really good stuff. That's one of them. I absolutely love that dialogue between her and him. But again, he hated Godzilla. Godzilla took his son. And then at the end when Godzilla wins and does whatever, and then he's like, he comes to terms with it. But then in Godzilla versus Kong, all of a sudden, nobody knows why Godzilla all of a sudden comes up and starts attacking and killing things. Like, those are Monarch jets he's blowing up. By the way, first time in the Monsterverse that Godzilla's using his atomic breath on jets and making them explode, which was fantastic. Fantastic. Again, homage to Toho. Done in the right way. Done in the right way. Done in the right way. I'm like, this is why I'm like, no, dude. This movie don't suck. This movie doesn't suck. Now, I get those old school purists, Showa purists. They want Showa and nothing else. So, those are the people who hate the Heisei saga. Those are the people who hate Millennium. You know, of course they hate 1998. Jesus, I kept going back in time. They probably like Shin, but, you know, that's just bonkers in its own right. But, dude, this movie is not bad. It is typical Hollywood fare utilizing our favorite giant monster. And it works because they don't disrespect it. They don't disrespect it. Not like 98. Not like 98. And no lie. And for me personally, this is why I get crazy, to a degree, Shin Godzilla. Because to me, that's a total disrespect to the character. To the character. It makes me angry.
I think the exact opposite about Shin Godzilla, but this isn't about Shin Godzilla.
Absolutely right. It's not. But and that's what I mean, though. It's like, there's no disrespect given to the King of the Monsters. At the end of the day, Godzilla is still the King of the Monsters.
It's not disrespectful to things like the Heisei saga. I will admit, because, you know, just like the Heisei saga, all Godzilla did was stab his breath.
Yeah. Press the X button. Press the X button. No, I agree. Listen, so what? So what? So what if he did?
I like those movies.
Listen.
They're not good movies.
They are good movies, though. They're the best. They're the best movies. They're the best. You know why? Yeah, they are.
I'll go back and forth with you on those too.
All day. I know. I know you would. I know. I can't wait. We're gonna. That King Ghidorah movie, bro. One of the best of all time. I love it. Top 15. But
I would go character by character with that movie.
Dude, listen. Listen. The Futurians in that movie, I love them to death. I don't give a fuck.
They are too big beyond all measure.
They are the best. See, I don't know if it was because when you saw them, you saw the dub version. I never did. I was watching this.
I'm talking about both. I don't care if it's dub or sub.
No, I get it, but no, that movie's dope. You just don't like time travel.
But yet, Back to the Future is one of my favorite movies of all time. Okay.
Which is funny, way off topic here, but the other day at work, we were talking about time travel movies and shit, right? And we were like, the most recent time travel movie was Avengers Endgame, right? And man, somebody made a great point. Said, what happens to those people who blipped out on the freeway? They come back and now they're roadkill, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's fucking crazy. So we started talking about like what are the best, or what movies did time travel the best. And of course, Back to the Future, it was number one. I was like Bill and Ted, but no, Back to the Future, especially Back to the Future 2, when the way they explained it was perfect. But I was like, deep cut, fellas, Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, and everybody looked at me. And I was like, what? I was like, they got a tattoo. It's not my fault. But yeah, no, it was, that was the crazy.
And how did they look at you like that?
Well,
did they look at you like I'm looking at you for bringing that up amongst the discussion of other good movies?
Pretty much, but the funny thing is, like, one of them got it because one of them is a Godzilla fan too, but he's low key. He's not out the G closet. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's 2021. I mean, like, fuck, let's go. Like, there's binary people now or some shit. I don't know but you know what I'm saying? Like,
non-binary.
Yeah, there's non-binary people, bro. Everything's accepted now. Let's fucking go. But yeah, so that was just a quick aside story that I thought was relevant for whatever reason. Time travel. But yeah, so our opinions and views will always differ. This is true, absolute fact. And you know what? Maybe one day I'll wake up, watch GVK, and be like, the same way I woke up one day and put on the Force Awakens and was like, the same way I woke up one day and put on The Dark Knight and was like, and I love that movie. And yet I was like, ooh, is something not quite sitting well here. So maybe one day I will wake up, but it ain't gonna be today because my fuck movie ain't coming yet. It ain't gonna be tomorrow. It ain't gonna be the next day or the next day. Let me tell you something. I absolutely love what Legendary did with this Monsterverse from beginning to end.
Like I said, I'm going to watch the entire commentary again. From start to finish, and not just listen to bits and pieces. I'll listen to the parts where he gushes during the monster battles. I'll listen and see how much he actually cared about the whole product as a whole.
I will say this. This is probably one of the reasons why I never watch commentary. One, because they talk over the movie, and I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up, yo, shh. Hey, kick him out. But it's a commentary, right? But it's because I might disagree with something they say. Something I think is absolutely fantastic. They might be like, yeah, this shit was just a throwaway. And yeah, it might piss me off. I don't watch commentary. I never did. Not my thing, I think the only time I will watch commentary might have been on some Star Wars shit, honestly. But I can't even tell you if that's true or not because I don't watch commentary.
And I'm the exact opposite. I love watching commentary. One of my very first movies that I watched commentary for was Godzilla 2000. That's where I found out where in the commentary they were like, "Oh no, we're not using the 98 roars. We promise that those were roars that we put in and made ourselves." Are you sure?
To their defense. Okay, so I never watched the commentary for that, but I did meet the suit maker of Godzilla 2000, and let me tell you something. That dude is a stand-up guy. Stand-up guy. We smoked a couple of cigarettes together. He was fucking.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the commentary from like Japanese. I'm talking about the Sony commentary for the actual editors who made the Sony American version of Godzilla 2000. It literally sounds like in the American version of Godzilla 2000, they added 98 roars to scenes where Godzilla was opening his mouth and no sound came out in the Japanese version. And they were like, no, these are 98 roars. These are roars we put in ourselves. Are you sure about that?
Dude, now that I think about it, I don't think I ever bought Let's Get Ready to Crumble.
Oh wow, yeah, you should totally buy the Sony Blu-ray of Godzilla 2000 because it has both versions.
No, now that I have, right? But I mean, like when it first came out, like on DVD or VHS, it was VHS DVD at the time, because I had my subtitled. I had my subtitled 2000, and I was like, nah, I'm not. I saw the movie in theaters dubbed, and I was like, yeah, no, we're good. I was like, we're good. I'll stick to the subtitled, Japanese Toho. I'll stick to Toho's version.
See, Godzilla 2000, the Sony version for me, is your Return of the Jedi.
Oh, I ain't mad at you.
I watched that when I was a kid. I watched that in theaters when I was like 5 years old.
Ooh.
Okay. That Godzilla 1954 is the best Godzilla movie, but my feel-good favorite Godzilla movie is Godzilla 2000, the American cut of Godzilla 2000, specifically.
I can't even be mad at you. It's funny how we both, of course, obviously 54 is the standard, right? But
yeah,
we both love the numbers. We got different ones. I'm 85 and you're 2000, but the fact is that because they're good, you know why? Because it's a Godzilla solo outing. Well, not really 2000, not really 2000.
But it has everything in there. You got the Godzilla versus the military solo scene in there.
You know what? You ready for this? I'm gonna get mad at myself for saying this, but you know what Godzilla 2000 is? It's a cheap bootleg of Young Gary. I'm only kidding. That's a bad joke. That was a Michael Dougherty joke. I'm sorry, fellas. Michael Dougherty wrote that. Put it in my head. Oh my God. I watched that movie a lot. I can't help it. I like that Young Gary 1999. It's
compared to this guy, Godzilla's a pussy.
Yeah. Dude, that movie fucking blew my mind when I saw it for the first time. Not like really crazy, but I was just like, whoa. See, I don't understand. They could make these types of movies. Look at this. Oh, man.
Young Gary is like The Room. I enjoy that ironically.
I do, bro. That's another one that I'll throw on. It's on YouTube. I'll throw that shit on. Sleep medicine, baby. I don't have to take Diamond Tap or none of that shit. Sleep medicine. NyQuil, goodbye. Put on Young Gary. Right away. The acting is so over the top. Especially the first 5 minutes of that movie.
D-War is exactly the same way. Both of those movies that dude made, are exactly the same.
I honestly only seen Dragon Wars once, and I own it. And I don't remember hating it. I remember just saying, okay. I don't
hate that movie either. I just think it's a dumb, fun South Korean monster movie.
Absolutely. I need to watch that again. I really do. But my weekend is booked. A Singular Point.
But because of the way I enjoyed Godzilla 2014 and Godzilla King of the Monsters, the way I enjoyed them, I did not want Godzilla vs. Kong to be amongst those movies for me. Kind of like how I didn't want Final Wars to be amongst those movies for me for being the 50th anniversary movie.
So when you say amongst those movies, you mean like the movies that you think are terrible?
That are just dumb, fun monster movies like Young Gary. And
gotcha. But dude, sometimes that's what you need. See, look, and again, like my beef with King of the Monsters is my beef. I don't like the bad jokes, and I do honestly. I think my biggest gripe with anybody that says they're a Godzilla fan is saying they are okay with the fucking disrespect.
Because you don't like Fort Worth, Brody, do you?
I love Ford Brody.
So do I.
I love
Ford Brody is a great character.
I do too. I 100% love that motherfucker. Joe Brody is my favorite, but Ford, I did not hate him.
Because I got what Gareth Edwards was going for with Ford Brody. You know, that is how a military man would emote.
Right. Because he won.
Because I know a guy who's in the military. He's not a direct coworker, but he works in the casino that's next to the gas station that I work at.
Right.
We talk a lot.
And he's like that. He's just like,
yeah,
kind of like a blank state, stoic. Yeah. No, dude, it makes perfect sense. That's what they are. You know? They've seen shit. They've been through shit. Whether they went to war or not, I mean, boot camp in its own. That's why I always tip my hat. I say, it don't matter what part of the military you went to. Like, dude, thank you. First off, for fucking protecting me and my family, serving the country, you know, giving me... But on the same... I'd fucking flunk out right away. I can't do a push-up. Try as I might. I get 1 up, 2 up, I'm done, falling down. They're kicking me out. Boots to my ass. Legit. So no, I totally respect all men and women who serve in the military. All of them. And that was a perfect representation in my opinion.
Yeah. But then you got the Australian kid in Godzilla vs. Kong. It was just funny. Oh, I don't like the situation that we're in, guys. I don't like the situation. I think we should go home, guys.
So you know what the problem was there? Here's the problem. 2014, again, to me is akin to 1954. It's not the same movie. 54 is 54. The greatest Godzilla movie, right? But 2014 was a serious movie. There's nothing fun about it. The most fun in that movie is happy birthday, right? At the beginning. And daddy's home. Cake all night. Cake every night.
Yeah,
that's it. Those are the only 2 parts that are fun. That's it. There's nothing fun about that movie from that point on. Everything is serious. Go, 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 go. And then we get the monster action. And look, I'll tell you this, the 4K, it does look better. It does pop.
It really does. I need to get my hands on the Steelbook 4K.
Oh, man. You know, I wish I did. But
just so I can have Steelbooks of all the Monster Bros movies.
Can't even be mad at you. But yeah, the 4K still, the 4K pops. I was like, when I watched the 4K, I was like, my God, look at all of this. Look at all of this. And yeah, dude, up until Godzilla vs. Kong, it was impossible to come close to it. Skull Island, I was like, yeah, it's good. The best part of that movie to me is Godzilla roaring at the end. End of story. The visuals were perfect. Kong looked great. They did everything in the daytime. And when they did night sequence, you know, with the napalm and shit.
It's funny because to me, Kong Skull Island is my favorite Monsters movie. Godzilla 2014 is second.
I ain't mad at you. Whoa, so you have King of the Monsters third?
Yes.
Holy shit. Well, first off, you should have the fourth. I'm just saying, because Godzilla vs. Kong is a better movie. But no, but that's my whole, like, 2014, I loved it. And then Skull Island, I was like, yeah. But again, there are certain things that you talk about a stupid movie. You talk about a stupid movie. That's a stupid movie. And not because of jokes. See, King of the Monsters, I get mad at because of the jokes degrading these creatures, these monsters that I grew up loving. Degrading them. But this motherfucker ran through a fucking poisonous graveyard with a mask on, a machete, cutting fucking flying buzzsaws. Shut up, man. You talk about stupid. That's the stupidest sequence in the entire Monsterverse. The stupidest sequence. You can't even tell me I'm lying. That is the stupidest sequence in the entire Monsterverse.
It was literally there just to make, get a good, like, thumbnail image of Tom Hiddleston with a green background.
I don't want to hear that. That motherfucker.
That's a photo moment right there. Yes, I get that.
That's dumb. You know what? Our good friend, Final Goji, I love her. When she said, and this was coming from a lady, when she said she couldn't take that movie seriously because every time Brie Larson saw Kong, she had an orgasm. I fucking lost it. And you know what? Every time I watch that movie now, I'm like, oh shit, she does look like she's having an orgasm. It's hysterical. It's hysterical. She's like, and her eyes are fluttering, and I'm just like, oh my god. Like, I didn't pick that up the first 3 times I saw that movie. I didn't pick it up until Final Goji said that. And I was like, and it's there. It's once you hear it, then
you see. Remember, I wasn't there for the Kong Skull Island movie.
Dude.
So now you just put that in my head.
Dude, it is hysterical because it is true. It is true. And I mean, like, I don't think any of the dudes picked up on that. None of us did. But then I'm telling you, every time I see that movie now, I'm like, oh shit, she's totally losing it for Kong. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I mean, like, yeah, it's not a lie. Yeah. Kong Skull Island has some really fun parts to it, though. I mean, and it's some memorable. Is that a monkey? Like, I do love that movie. Yeah, it's the MonsterVerse is really good in its own bubble. I'll put it like that. Like I do, like every single movie, I love, I respect. I don't hate the way I'll hate like Shin Godzilla or the way I'll hate like Godzilla's Revenge, even though I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's just a... Listen, as a kid, I didn't like that movie. I was like, this is dumb.
You see, I've actually warmed up just a tiny bit. There's still a lot of problems with Godzilla's Revenge. But I get where Ichiro Honda was coming from.
I get it too. But I haven't watched that movie since I was probably 13 or 14.
Yeah.
That's like...
So watching that as an adult, I get where Ichiro Honda was coming from. I mean, there's an entire sequence where Ichiro is talking with his mom about how she's not around a lot. And she breaks down crying.
See, I don't even remember that. I don't even remember that. And here I am. I have it. It's in the Criterion set. I can watch it anytime I want. It's on HBO Max.
Yeah.
It is on HBO. Oh my god. If you have Amazon Prime and HBO Max, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, like, you got the show of Godzilla and you got the entire Gamera series. What more do you want? Like, oh my god. I mean, like, it's a glorious time to own both of those just so you can watch that. Plus, you have all the legendary movies except for Godzilla vs. Kong, which it will be there in about a month, guaranteed, because Wonder Woman 84 is back on there. So
yeah, it's back on there. So it's only a matter of time before GBK comes back on there.
And I'll probably just watch it off of that because it still holds up as the best version I've seen. It was better than theaters. I've seen it in Dolby. I've seen it in Cinemark XD. I've seen it on Standard. And I don't know, watching it at home, the fucking everything just popped off the screen. There's a reason why I paid as much money as I did for that TV. And now the TV is about 4 years old, 5 years old almost, and it's still holding up. So, yeah, good Lord have mercy, bro. This was a fun one, man. I appreciate arguing with you. I'm not going to say I won, you won. I'm going to say we had a gentleman's debate.
We did. And
I think the only thing we disagree on is Shin Godzilla.
Oh my goodness.
That will never ever change. Because unlike you, I can't warm up to a fucking movie. And I tried the last time. I swear to God, I tried. I said, I'm putting Shin Godzilla on. I'm going to watch it different color eyes. I'm going to watch it like if I'm Yam Z1. And I don't know if you get chest pains and fucking arm pain. I was like, oh.
I do not know.
I
get smiles on my face.
Good God Almighty, that movie started with promise and ended with shit. God. Anyway, I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, woo! Watch Godzilla Singular Point. It is out right now. I would love to know what y'all
definitely watch Godzilla Singular Point because what did you say about it? You said it's Shin Godzilla but better?
I think it's Shin Godzilla Redux. You know, it's like man, we had all of these crazy ass ideas, but not the budget. Oh wait, animation. You know what I mean? And dude, because am I lying though? Am I going as so far to say that it's not Shin Godzilla-esque?
I will say that I like it better than Shin Godzilla.
Hey.
It is now my number 2.
Huh?
Behind 54.
Wait, time out.
As my favorite Godzilla media ever.
No, that doesn't count. You can't count that. You can't count that. It's a show. No, you can't. No, that's how many episodes is that? 12 episodes, right? You can't
13.
count 13. 13. Did
Yeah,
I miss
13.
an episode? No.
Did you miss an episode?
No. Did they show the end credit sequence?
Yeah, where they all got back together and like Yoon actually sees May for the first time and he smiles.
All that fun stuff. No, I'm talking about after all that. After the credits roll. Did they show that?
Yeah, that's episode 13.
Oh, crap. I thought it was episode 12.
No.
So, yeah, no, I'm caught up. But, see, and that's the point. How can that be number 2? There's another season that's going to come. They can't end it like that. There's no way.
Season 2 is like the sequel. This was one cohesive story.
Man, you know what? We're listen. Ah, shit. Next week, I don't know. I mean, by next week, everybody should have seen it.
I'd love to actually go full spoilers with you when it comes to Singular Point.
We have to.
Yeah.
Shit. Man, I could go next Thursday. Fuck it. I could go next Thursday. I'm working this summer.
I'm off on Thursdays, guaranteed.
Okay, yeah. I work all summer long, so, but I get out. Oh, shit, well, my wife is working, so that sucks. We can go Thursday. Let's do it Thursday. We'll do fucking full spoiler. Singular point review. Full spoilers, man. I'll tell you. Look, there's nothing spoilers when I say episode 10, the end of that episode. It is one of the top 5, maybe top 3, possibly top 2 Godzilla moments of all time. It is that fucking dope. And
it is that good.
It is that good.
100,000% agree.
From the roar to the music to fucking atomic breath, just everything works to the point in the story of what it. Man, listen, I can't. No, I'm gonna shut up.
Nope.
Throw it away.
Yep.
We'll save it for next week. Even though I went batshit crazy on the last podcast about it, Chase had no idea. He was like, "I saw the clip. You don't understand the context. You saw the clip. The clip. Get out of here. It's about the context." And it still didn't make
about
sense.
the context, though. It really is.
It really was. It really was. I really hope the American dub does so much justice because
I will say you will enjoy it, except for that one character, that one change of voice.
Okay.
You may have to turn up your volume whenever they talk.
Yeah, and I have a problem with my TV downstairs, my sound bar. I don't know. I think my wife adjusted it and didn't tell me. Because, quick story before we get out of here. When GVK was on HBO Max, my wife was literally, while I was at work, going to every TV in the house and trying to find what was the best image quality for it. And the reason why I knew she did that was because my PlayStation 4 orange light was on, and I'm like, why is that in sleep mode? I don't use the PlayStation unless I'm playing a fucking PlayStation exclusive. Why is that in sleep mode? So I asked her, I said, "Hey, were you on a PlayStation?" No. You sure? Because it's on sleep mode, and I haven't touched that in like 3 months. Okay, yeah, I was on it. What were you doing? I wanted to see how Godzilla looked. I was like, it's not about the output on the app. It's about what my TV can do, bro. Come on. It's going to look the same. It was hysterical, man. It was hysterical. She went to every TV in the house. And she was just trying to figure out her TV and put the settings right. But again, I digress. Crazy story. I'm rambling. This one has been fun. Gam Gam, I love you. This was a very good time.
Thank you. I try to, at least not be a yes man all the time.
I absolutely agree. And sometimes we need you to be in there to, like you say, stop the circle jerk.
Yeah.
Because, sometimes that's what it is. It really is. We go around in circles and we just beat each other up. Hey, but that's what we do. We're all fans of the same thing. We love Godzilla. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Got to
At the end of the day, I love this franchise.
Yes.
I love it enough to criticize some parts. I love it enough to, blindly love movies that a lot of other people don't find to be enjoyable, or, not find movies that a lot of other people find to be enjoyable.
Right. Shin Godzilla and Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. It's just so weird. It's just so weird. But no, anyway, bro, thank you for joining me today. I thank you for your brand new outlook on Godzilla vs. Kong. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
of course.
And thank you for letting me rant back at you, because that's how we do it. But I think
you present one side, you present the other side. Maybe little interjections from the other side here and there, but overall, you get your whole point across.
Well, I definitely do. I'm loudmouth over here. But anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for this extended edition of the Godzilla Block Party. I hope you enjoyed it. I had fucking fun. Next week, Godzilla Singular Point spoiler review. Please go watch it. Trust me, it's worth your time. Whether you like it or not, it's Godzilla. Pay attention. But we out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.